It's Tuesday, January 7th, 2014. So today I want to talk to you about not so much New Year's resolutions, but apps that you can use to maintain those New Year's resolutions. It's no surprise we're all in the smart technology age, and most of us, per se, who are watching this video, probably have a decent smartphone. Whether you use a Blackberry and have access to Blackberry App World, whether you are an Android user and can get on Google Play, or like me, you're an iPhone user and you use the iPhone App Store. All of these platform devices have great health and fitness apps that are meant to help you live your best life, and I want to share my favorites with you. So the first app I've actually been using since November, since I've really gotten more serious about running. The app is called Runtastic. Now, there are plenty of apps dedicated to tracking your runs, but why I love Runtastic, because I have used Map My Run, but I find that it doesn't link up to enough places. The great thing about Runtastic is not only can you sync it to Facebook, but it also connects to MyFitnessPal, which is the place I use to track my food. So it means I only have to go to Runtastic, do my run, allow it to track, and automatically the calories and everything and the time gets sent right directly from the app to MyFitnessPal. So when I go in to put my lunch in, it already has my run details listed and the calories I burned and calculates it in that for my day. So I don't have to do that. Runtastic is awesome because it allows you at the end of your run to share completion, which means it's a goal that you can now try to beat the next time. It also allows you to put temperature, heart rate, the type of thing, etc., etc. And with the Pro, which is only $4.99 to get the Pro, they have what's called a live cheer feed, where you can set it up, enable live cheering. So it'll post directly to my Facebook status that I have started a run with Runtastic. And immediately when that gets posted, if I have a friend that's also on Runtastic and sees that right away, they can go right into that and they can press different buttons that cheer me on, which gets sent to me. So it's kind of like virtual encouragement. It's pretty awesome. There's so many great features. And with the iPhone app versus the Android app, you had to get a different one for each activity. They had one for push-ups, etc. But with this one on the iPhone, you can select what type of activity you're doing and go right to it. So I can post whether I'm doing a walk, whether I'm doing a run, whether I'm cycling, etc. And it's really good at anticipating calories, time, distance, pace, etc. And it has a lot of awesome tools. So definitely check that out if you want to get into walking or running. Now, when it comes to my food, bar none, I have tried practically most every app out there. Jillian Michaels has an app, and what I really hate about Jillian Michaels' app is it says free. A lot of these apps say free. And when you actually look at the app and get into it and you download the app, 90% of it is in-app purchases. Now what that means is the app itself that you downloaded from the App Store is free. And there's probably one or two services, basic services, you can use for free at no cost. But what it means is the minute you open up the app, you are going to be bombarded left, right, and center with people trying to sell you crap you don't need, honey. And Jillian Michaels' app is left, right, and center in marketing ploy. I love her. I love that she's turning herself into a fitness and wellness empire, but I don't love the fact that I'm getting shoved prices in my face. Ain't nobody got money for that or time for that, honey, okay? That's why after half a day on that app, I deleted it. Went back in. Now, I've used apps like Noom before, Lose It, and I find there either is too much stuff going on and it's too confusing, or there's not enough. Sometimes you see something and you're like, oh, if I want to get the good stuff, I have to pay for the Pro. And a lot of times I don't want to pay $3, $4, or $5 to get the Pro app when a free app will do pretty much the same thing, just in a crappier version. So I went and looked and I discovered MyFitnessPal. Now I have friends that use the app on their iPhone 4S, 4, 5, 5S, etc. And they said good things, but I've said all these other apps just make it pointless. So I decided to try it. And this is by far the best, in my opinion, dieting app. It syncs with about a plethora of other fitness apps. So it syncs to Runtastic, it syncs to Fitbit, it syncs to Nike this, it syncs to a slew of other health and fitness apps that allow the information to be interconnected. So the food you enter on Fitbit, the fitness you enter on Fitbit can run over to MyFitnessPal, which is so awesome. I love it! What I really like about it is it's very simple to use. There's a food diary, it's free, nothing, they don't push a bunch of paid stuff in your face. You click on it, you add the food, you put it in, you can search for a food, and a lot of the times you'll get food in it that matches. Or what you can do is you can create a new food and type in one the way you like. You can select recent foods, and you can even copy meals that you had one day to the next day. And the best part is there's a barcode scanner attached to the app. So if you can't find the food at all, but you have the physical bag or box there, you can hold the phone up to the barcode, and 9.9 times out of 10, it clicks it right in. Boom, there you go. And it pops up the food. You enter in the serving, and you're good to go. And literally, it'll, with that barcode, scanner, it'll pull up all the fat, calories, carbs, sodium, etc. It's awesome. It gives you a daily breakdown of everything. It tells you of that and your vitamins and etc. What's good, what's not. It gives you a lowdown at the end of the day. You even get a circle graph of how much carbs, protein, and fats you have. It is so awesome. I love this app. I praise MyFitnessPal. Now, I don't know if they have a paid version, if they have a pro or a paid version. I haven't seen it, but I'm so happy with this free version the way it is. I hope it stays that way. So please, MyFitnessPal, keep it free. Now, when it comes to other health and fitness apps, I want to say one thing. January is always the time when people go out and they buy these overly expensive fitness memberships. It's also the time when they get their massive ass phone bills from Christmas, honey. Sorry, credit card bills from Christmas. You know it. You way overspent on your Christmas budget, and now your Visa card's arriving in the mail, and it's blatantly over the top expensive, and you're like, oh my god. And yet you want to go buy a gym membership. There are these apps out there. Well, I'm going to give you the one I use. It's called Groupon. There's a couple other companies. One is called LivingSocial and one is called Social Shopper. And they do the same thing as Groupon. Essentially, they get companies like a gym. Like, for example, an Anytime Fitness gym comes to them and says, we need to boost our membership. So they usually charge $50 a month for a membership. This is just an example. They'll go to Groupon and say, okay, if we use your service, how does it work? Groupon says, you allow us to sell your stuff, and basically you're going to be selling a gym membership for $29 for 1 month as a trial thing, right? And by golly, it really helps, because I have seen so many good businesses that do this, and it brings in the members left, right, and center. Now, a lot of it is trial stuff. So a lot of the fitness stuff, you get 10 classes or 20 classes or a 1 month membership for that cost. And once they got you hooked, then you start paying through the nose. But it works, honestly. That's how I discovered Zumba through that. I've discovered a whole slew of amazing restaurants from it. I got my Spooked in Seattle tour for my friend and I when we went down to Seattle via LivingSocial, and it was so awesome. LivingSocial even does their own 5K run party, which is so cool. And it's awesome. I haven't used LivingSocial and Social Shopper as a physical app on my phone. I use them on the computer. They are really awesome. Groupon, I've always had the app on my phone. I even get the emails. So every second day or something, I get an email from Groupon with all the latest hits. And it's really awesome because you get so many great companies and you save so much money. It's not even funny. You know, my key thing is you have to read every Groupon. Find out when it expires. Find out how long. Find out the terms and conditions. Read every line of the Groupon and understand it. Because a lot of the times people think, oh, I can do this and that. And it's like, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that. You know, there's always that red line. So make sure you double check the Groupon before you buy it. And sometimes, especially if it's a franchise, like for example, if it's a Starbucks Groupon, they might say, oh, franchise locations only. Or when Menchie's puts out a Groupon, it's only for like a certain location. And it's like, oh, I bought the Groupon thinking I could use it at Canby, and it's only at UBC Village. Or it's only at Lonsdale. I'm like, oh, okay. So make sure you double check where the Groupon is to be used, because sometimes it's only location specific. But definitely check it out. Groupon's an awesome app. Now, another thing you might want to try if you're trying to live your best life, and this is actually one Spark People app I do suggest. It's called the Spark People, I think it's Quotes and Motivation Tips. This is a really, really cool app. Go to the App Store or Google Play, search Spark People, and you should find it. It's an app that gives you all kinds of cool motivational and inspirational quotes and stuff. And I'm not a big fan of Spark People apps. I find that they're starting to charge people through the nose, and you're not getting the same quality as other apps. But definitely this one rocks, and it's free. You can use it to find motivational and inspirational quotes that you can apply to your health and wellness journey every day. And of course, if you are getting into the swing of things and have decided, my best possible app that I can suggest to you for health and fitness has to be the Fitbit app. Now, of course, to use this, you need a Fitbit. And I tell you, get one with a sleep tracker and make sure it's on the iPhone application, because it'll sync directly from your Fitbit to the iPhone anytime during the day, no matter where you are, as long as both are turned on. It is so awesome. It tracks your sleep, your calories burned, the activities, your fitness level, so on and so forth. It can sync right up to Spark People if you use that. It syncs to MyFitnessPal and a whole plethora of other apps. So definitely check it out. So those are my favorite apps that I want to share with you. MyFitnessPal, Runtastic, Groupon, and the Spark People Motivation Quotes app, and Fitbit. Now there are a plethora of other apps, and I do want to say to you this, don't just take my word for it. Go to the apps store of the device you have, do your own search. A lot of them will have a category for health and fitness or health and wellness. Search through, see what the people are commenting about, read blogs all across the internet, do your own research, and find out what app is most convenient for you. And believe it or not, if you have a smartphone, this is one of the best decisions you can make, especially when you're not home that much. You can click into your health and wellness anywhere and everywhere. So happy health and wellness, everybody, and have a great day. Bye, y'all.